Bonjour, hello everyone. I'm Nata, host of the Nata PR School podcast. You're a successful entrepreneur or marketing manager and you're about to launch a new product or service, or you've been selling your goods for quite some time, but you want to learn how to increase your visibility, get known, and reach more clients? At Nata PR, we deal with real clients every day and we'll teach you simple, fun, and honest PR solutions. You'll learn easy steps to combine PR to social media right now. Keep listening and let's get started. Bonjour, hello everyone. Welcome to the Nata PR School podcast, episode number 3. I'm super excited today because I'm presenting to you our model, the Nata PR model. This is the basis of everything we do, the core of our work. We use it every day in everything we do. So the PR model, 6 steps to a successful PR campaign. I'll be talking about it also in the following podcast. So if you don't understand each step, so no worries, we'll be explaining in depth each steps in the following podcast. But just a few notes and few information about why we created it, because it's a very unique tool and no other agencies really have something similar. And I feel it's part of our success too. And you know what? You can use it too, because this is our free tool that we give you. If you want to go on our website, natapr.com, you can subscribe to it and you'll receive it for free. So several years ago, actually, I wanted to look at what we're doing at the agency and try to explain and put forward what we do best and try to explain to clients why we're so different from any other small agencies starting just now. And that it's hard also for clients to understand because sometimes small agencies or if even one person in our living room doing PR claims to do what we do, and they don't. But I'm going to teach you a very simple thing that you can apply. So it might seem contrary, but it's not. But know that we are specialized at the agency, and this is what we're going to reveal some of our secrets. So we'll be teaching you some very good tricks and some tactics you can implement. But we are really good in promoting consumer goods. We started it 20 years ago. And back then, actually, was something very new because traditionally PR agencies, public relation agencies were more into crisis management, reputation management. They still do, and it's still extremely important. It's a very important work, especially for large corporation. Just think about Coca-Cola, who wants to know what's happening out there. And they want to know more than that. They want to know what is being said about them, their products. So they monitor through these PR agencies, actually, what journalists say about them, which is crucial, actually, especially if you're on the market. You need to know that. So these public relation agencies, more traditional than us, are doing a very important work. This is not what we do. Here at the agency, we really help you get known, help people find out about your product, help you reach your clients. So this is what we do. And sometimes it's services. We can promote services, personalities once in a while, but not so often. Normally, I always say that there's a product at the end of everything we do. So voila. So know that this is our specialty. But what we do can be applied, obviously, in some other field, some other category of services or product. So this is just a short context to explain you how and why we decided to create this model. But I have to thank a very good friend of mine. Her name is Chris Bergeron. So she doesn't know I'm talking about her today. So thank you, Chris. And this is really through your work that we created this model. Now it's called the Nata PR model. I can't remember. We had another name for it, but it became the model at the agency. And a few years back then, just because everything was changing really fast and many small companies started doing what we are doing more and more, meaning they were promoting goods like us. And I really want to put out there how different we were and why they should choose us, right? And Chris Bergeron was working at the time for a very famous ad agency. And I was really happy to be able to work with her because I knew her before she became a advertising expert. Before that, she was a journalist for yeah, it wasn't a daily, it was a weekly newspaper. And she had created, even for this weekly newspaper, a section like View the City, Voir la Ville. And she was really ahead of her time and was able to talk about all the new products coming out. So this is why we met, obviously, because 20 years ago, imagine that. Wow, I find this journalist that really is also starting a new trend and wants to talk about everything new. So we we work together quite a bit. And then, I don't know, 7 years back down the road, maybe even more, I'm really bad with the past. You need to know that once it's behind me, I have a hard time remember exactly when. Like, I don't understand what happened and why. It's been 20 years now that we've created the agency. Working with Chris was just so good. And she's the one who identified the steps. So how do we work? What do we do? Why are you so different? So asking me questions, and we worked for a few weeks on this, and we've created these 6 steps. So thank you, Chris. And that's the story behind the creation of this model. And well, I can go through the steps now so that maybe you have it in front of you. I don't know if you went on the website and got it. So 6 step. And as I said just a little earlier, so don't worry, we'll explain each steps in depth. But here are the 6 steps. The first one is really find out why journalists and media would talk about you. So what would be of interest to them? This is what you have to define and find. Not easy to find all the time, especially if you don't have something new. Let's say you have a product in a category where there are many others, you have a lot of competition. So you have to find the right angle. Number 2, tell your story. Number 3, identify the real influencers. Number 4, give them the tools they need. So these influencers, once you know who they are, give them what they need to be able to talk about you, right? Number 5, measure. Measure what you've created and what the impact. And this is a very important part of any huge campaign, but I'll give you some tricks. Obviously, agencies have like other tools to measure, but there are ways to do that. And number 6, follow up, what I call the famous reminders. So 6 steps, and we'll go in depth with each of one, but you can use it today. So that's the good news of the day, and the trick of the week. Go get it and use it. But I suggest, before trying to send it to 300 bloggers and media, narrow it down, like go small. You don't need to go as wide and large as we can do, obviously, at the agency, because we are a team. There are many people. So that's mostly the difference between you trying to promote your product and us. Of course, we have some knowledge that you don't have yet. But if you take the time to narrow down and really choose the real influencers for you, meaning the good media for your product, you might have some very surprising results. It's possible, I'm telling you. So each step can be, looked at now, and you can start, thinking about your product. Maybe you have a product launch soon. So this could be a very good tool for you to try to see what you want to do with your product, to whom you want to talk, to whom you want to send it. So that's the whole thing behind this model. And I remember too, we had another goal with at the time when we created it, and it was to explain in a very simple way what we do, because I feel that PR people, public relation expert like us, have this tendency to really complicate everything. And I don't know if it's because we are using words so much that we complicate sometimes everything. And before creating this podcast, actually, I really did some extensive research going on so many websites of different public relation agencies, trying to understand what they're doing. And oh my God, Sometimes it's very large and vague. And so now this is what we use. So here, what we do is help you get known, have your product out there, get your product known. So this is what we do. I hope this is simple enough and easy to understand. So the NATA PR model is really the backbone of our public relation campaigns, and we use it for big and small. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you, that we created it also because we were growing quite fast a few years back, and we started really organizing the agency in a different way, having all these processes in place and defining, creating processes. I don't know if you've done it. It's a big job, but very useful if you have more and more employees, because when there's someone new coming in, you want them to really understand the culture and know in a snapshot, like very easy, what they should be doing and why and how we do things here at the agency too. That's really what's important. And I wanted to create something close to a norm. Like, I don't know if you remember the ISO norm. In French, it's ISO 2000, like ISO 2000. So this is when the model came in, and we created it in the sense that we could present it at ISO NATA to some large corporation, and we really convinced them that we had the same level they put into making their own products. So it was a way also to talk to them in a language they would understand and make them understand what we do. So when they would see the model, the 6 steps, and we were explaining that this is like an ISO norm that we have at the office, it really helped us convince large corporations to work with us. And we still do. So we'll still have these huge companies and some smaller companies too. And we're happy to work with both. Actually, we love quality at the agency. So anything with quality, we love. So back to the model. So this is really a very unique tool. Nobody else has it. So go get it on our website. Get yourself known using our model and get the visibility you deserve. So thank you for listening, and join us next week. À la semaine prochaine. Hey, you want to learn more about how to implement PR strategies? Head on to natapr.com and get on our list. You will also receive the NATA PR model on how to create a successful PR campaign. If you want to become a client, just send us an email to nata@natapr.com. Talk to you next week. À la semaine prochaine.